Good morning and welcome to episode 1193 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, April 21st, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, Pat's got a special guest. You want to announce it now who it is? A special guest?
Yeah, Coach Doug's is going to come on to talk about this lawsuit that's being brought against
Doug's.
Bang Bros that I believe is being filed by the company that owns Fleer. Remember seeing that logo on trading cards?
Fleer. That's
Yeah.
old school, yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but Doug's is the expert on it. He's literally the only one on the internet that's written about it, which I think is fantastically impressive. So we're going to have
He knows trading
a
cards.
cutting
That's awesome.
edge correspondent.
We love
related
Doug's
to it.
here. Did you tell him to wear neon tie-dye?
I think he's still at work, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Because we all
Well,
showed
she's
up
got a
in neon
wardrobe
tie-dye
change there.
randomly.
Hopefully he's
Hey,
got it
MLG.
on currently.
Leeds tie-dye jersey is great.
If he's got it on currently, we're
It would
winning
be
the lottery.
insane. Yeah, if he
your
shows
guys'
up,
tie-dye is looking great as well.
thanks you too. Yeah,
We're winning
Yeah,
the
it's
fucking
Friday.
lottery, man.
yeah.
Yeah, we're winning the lottery this weekend. It's the weekend. A lot of good things. Pat's also got a bunch of besides Doug's, you have even more entertainment law news. And weirdly, I've got a fresh lawsuit about an old video on deck. So more entertainment law. It's like,
Man, I love the law, dude. I love law. I love lawsuits. Growing up in New Jersey, my dad, this is just a peek into growing up in New Jersey. My dad pulled me aside at one point and said, just so you know, we don't sue in this family. That's what he said.
oh, that's good.
That-
That's a good
But
policy.
that needed to be said to give you an idea.
Oh, okay. Because everybody was threatening to sue
Because
everybody.
everyone sues fucking everyone, man. Everyone
Well,
sues everyone down here.
It's USA, baby.
I've yet to sue anyone. I remember when I was a punk kid, I playing soccer. We played butts up, and these two professional women were training us, and they were on the U.S. women's national team, and I was 11 or 12, and they could drill the ball. And they played butts up with us, and I was like, if you hit me in the butt, I'll sue. And then they made fun of me for the whole rest of the camp because I thought
You were
I
lawyer
threatened-
kid.
yeah, I was like, that was
Yeah.
the only time I ever did that. And then it was with the female coaches and stuff. It was a scene. It was a whole
You were
scene.
Mark
So
Borgie Esquire. For
Yeah.
The rest of the...
learned not to do that again.
Yeah.
I still
you don't
got
wanna
this.
say that.
I was a
Yeah.
part of a lawsuit. I still got this $14 check from Equifax. I need to.
That
check.
doesn't
Oh,
count,
nice.
Willie.
Well, you didn't
Class
even ask
action
to be,
doesn't
you didn't even
count.
ask to be a part of that. You just were part of that. Yeah.
Hey man, $14.
Man, it's a hustle. Like for real.
How long can a check?
you
This is
wanna-
old, so I don't know.
If you want to make, I think it checks 90 days. If you want to make
We blew past
an
that.
extra $200 a year, you can go and you just rip it up. You want to make an extra $200 a year. You can just troll class actions. But right now, Facebook,
Yeah.
there's a class action lawsuit based upon them abusing your data and login information. So it's a $750 million suit. If you want to get signed up for
Dude,
that,
I want to sue them for them not letting me back into my personal account for the past 15
They
years.
just sold your data and never let you use the website.
Yeah, because they can't. If you don't have access to your old, college email account, you can never get back in your account.
You of all people should get in on this.
Yeah.
well, you can get in on the $750 million lawsuit. You can get your $12. I would recommend signing up if you were a Facebook user between 2007 and today. So, real quick, I want to go over something we talked about on Tuesday or Wednesday show, but I wasn't on yesterday. Hard Factor sponsored a team.
Yes.
And I want to talk about because we're going to be giving you updates throughout the remainder of the Herndon High School Hornets varsity baseball season because Hard Factor
it's beautiful.
is out there on their sponsorship wall. We're the only
is
sponsor that
beautiful.
thought about doing a banner in color. Idiots.
Yeah, that
Some of
stands
the other
out.
guys.
No, it
Look at
really
that.
does pop, Pat.
Yeah.
That was a great call on the color. I mean, well, that is just
that.
our logo.
And
Our
we
logo.
paid-
What I've learned from this is that not only does this make the Herndon baseball field look better, but we have a colorful logo, which is a good idea. The rest of those companies,
great idea.
I mean,
It
you
looks
don't even
so
know
much
the other
better.
companies' names. You look
No.
at that wall, you only know Hard
It
Factor.
looks like business card, Hard
Yeah.
Factor, and we paid for the bottom row, but since we were late, they gave us top row. Yeah, to make
There you
it
go.
Yeah.
Hey, who else is on there? Let me see the local businesses. Let me,
Oh, yeah, let's see. Let's see if we
notable ones,
recognize any of them.
Any favorites?
Zoom
Herndon
in.
Deli on there anywhere?
It looks
No.
like we got signature well, I'm not giving free ads
Come
to
on.
these fools.
Yeah. No. Not for a corporation like that.
Young
No.
Life Herndon's on there.
Okay.
I mean, look, ours is the best one.
Yeah.
Escape Room
obviously.
Herndon.
Small business, a local business. Look at that.
Yeah. It's good to be out there. So, guys, we're going to support the boys no matter what. I want to say last year they had a pretty impressive run.
They got to the state finals.
Yeah, they went 20-8 last year. They were 10-2 in our district, the Liberty district. This year, we're not doing so hot, but we're not out of it yet. Okay, we're not out of it yet. Right now, the Herndon High School varsity baseball team is 7-7.
There we
We're
go.
3-4 in the district. We're 5th in the Liberty district. So
look,
not doing great.
Perfect time to make a run. All right, mid-season, catch your form.
Look, our banner just went up. They were 7-7. Just when the boys are going to see that colorful banner, and they're going to hit a few off the wall.
Yeah, hit it there. Yeah. That's great. That's a great.
I
spot.
almost put hit it there. But then I thought you'd rather want to like hit it over. So then I almost had to hit it there
with
over.
the arrow.
But I didn't know where they'd put it. Anyway, whatever. Let's get into the news. I recommend you check. I think they're streaming the games live now, and I'm just fully invested.
Hell yeah, get in there.
Yeah, not
Herndon,
that I played.
Herndon Hornets.
I could have played retrospectively, but I was too afraid to try out for a high school sports team. Literally, there was fear.
You could have made our baseball team.
Oh, yeah, I know that I could have. All the kids that I was on All-Star team with went on to play in the baseball team, but I literally was just so intimidated by the idea, because baseball is a real. There's a lot of gay stuff that goes on. Not the gay stuff that was freaking me out.
Every locker room,
but there's lots of seniors putting fingers up your butts and stuff like that. And
the nut tapping is not.
The nut tapping.
When you're a freshman, you just get your nuts.
Baseball.
You might as well wear a cup to school.
Baseball
is just punching you in the balls.
Yeah, it's like notorious for that.
Okay.
Anyway, and not a homophobic thing either.
Football, big
football,
time.
the same.
Really,
hit it here. It could have been a dude's butt. Hit it here.
Should have played. Wish I could go back.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay, you guys.
Hey, Pat, real quick before you hop in, reminder: we're on Twitch now. Also, you can stream us on Twitch, and we're back on the main YouTube, youtube.com/. That's it.
We're back.
Hell yeah, baby. Okay, I love justice, and I love people getting proven wrong. So that's what our first story is. Back when
both of those, huh?
My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell, former methamphetamine addict. Back when he had his nose caught in Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani's collective sphincter. Remember that?
It's still there, though, right? I mean,
it still is there.
And I want to correct you, Pat. You're never a former addict.
That's true. Thank you, Mark.
We're always just recovering, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I also want to say something. Do you ever think about, I think about this all the time, because I kind of have a bulbous end of my nose. And it would fit directly in a sphincter. Do you ever think like you could just, because it's a tight muscle.
Like you're saying, get the ring around the tip.
Nose, just really brown
ring around the tip of the nose.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never thought of that, but that's hilarious. I've got a pretty slender tip, so I think mine would just slide right out. It would be too strong.
Talking about credit carding them with your nose?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
more like a plug. Pat's saying plug it. Yeah.
Think about it
you
like
can
this.
fart, it won't come out.
Think about it like this. Your nose is the positive side of a magnet, okay? And then right inside the sphincter, negative side.
Yeah, but imagine the smell of that if you could actually
would knock
get the
you out.
nostrils in.
It would knock you out.
It would knock you out, man.
Straight from the source.
Yeah.
I know people like talk about how prison bitch shit is like holding a pocket, but that's the ultimate prison bitch shit.
Oh yeah, what do they call it when you do heroin? They call it like mainstreaming or whatever. That's what you're doing with the fart.
Name
mainlining.
Mainlining. Yeah,
anyway,
mainlining fart.
It's pretty out there move. I don't know if there's a name for it. Anyway, guys, my point is, back when Lindell was caught up in Trump and Giuliani's sphincters. He announced and look, whether Lindell actually believed the election was stolen or whether or not he thought it was like good, and I don't know. But he announced, this is great. I didn't remember this. The quote, "Prove Mike wrong" challenge. He did it at his cyber.
Symposium.
Oh yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
So he challenged any cybersecurity expert who could disprove the election data that he had wrong, if they could prove it wrong or disprove it. That he
did
would
a
pay
change
them
my mind type thing.
$5 million.
I have the documents.
Yeah.
Right. He said, you could prove me wrong, $5 million. And this idiot put out, I guess, like fucking, he was so serious about the con, or just thinking it was a promotional thing, or actually maybe he thought he had data that was unfallible.
Pat, the line when you are in his line of work, the line between like activism and business must blur. Like you wouldn't even remember. You wouldn't even remember what it was. You wouldn't even like.
He puts his lawyers and HR people to task.
Because someone drew up terms and conditions. Someone drew up terms and conditions, which like seems like a step too far. Because it's one thing to be like, "Here's a crazy thing to say."
Mike
that's
was
a promotional
joking.
Opportunity.
Parody.
Right.
Mike was joking.
It's another thing to get a lawyer to put terms and conditions together, right? Like a proper contest to enter, and he did that. And Robert Ziedeman, who's like a industry vet for cyber tech and OPSEC, he signed up for the challenge. He proved the data wrong, and Lindell refused to pay him. Go figure. So Ziedeman sued, and it went to arbitration, and Lindell lost in the arbitration, and now he's got to pay Ziedeman $5 million or 100,000 classic MyPillows.
That's a great settlement. I mean, that's a great a number for that guy. Is he gonna get all $5 million? That's a
I mean that he earned it because
he did that. But that's amazing. He's gonna get $5 million. Wow, that's a pretty
that was the price. That was the prize, I guess, if you will. So they're essentially saying you got to give him the prize, Mike.
So you have to
give him the
prize.
Promise.
It's like the Pepsi jet.
Whatever happened? I didn't finish that documentary.
The kid didn't. The kid got screwed
because he didn't hold the line.
Yeah. They just had better lawyers at Pepsi. They just were able to convince judges that it wasn't.
They got a lot of lawyers over there at Pepsi.
And it's like, I think he was offered a settlement at one point, and it was a pretty nice settlement offer from Pepsi. And his buddy who was a lawyer told him to turn it down, or he decided to turn it down, and he ended up getting like maybe $10,000 or something instead of like a couple $100,000. Like So
man,
he played it straight. You went with
this guy, this OPSEC guy. Does he have a name or is he unidentified?
No, I forget his last name. Ziedeman is his last name.
This guy made out like a bandit compared to Pepsi Jack.
Man, and you got to respect, if you haven't seen the documentary Pepsi, Where's My Jet? I forget which streaming channel, probably Netflix. Dude, what the cojones on that motherfucker, man, to be like, wait a minute, we can get this jet. You got to respect that. You got to respect that game.
It's pretty good doc.
Pretty good doc,
it's a great idea. Yeah.
Let's move on.
Hopefully he made money off the documentary, right? Because like, I mean,
probably
pretty good, right?
Maybe.
No money in documentaries. There's like $1 million budget on a documentary.
Ouch. Yeah, but the royalties, right?
But they might win like a reward.
Netflix does a full buyout.
You might get some hardware. Might win an award for it. Yeah.
More on Netflix screwing people later.
Yeah, man. Motherfuckers, man. Anyway, guys, go check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix.
Yeah, besides that movie, everything is kosher.
No, that was a good deal for me. All right, moving on, guys. Another instance of the we need more guns epidemic. A 6-year-old white girl named Kinsley White was shot by a 42-year-old Singletary man named Robert Black. Shit. No, that's Robert.
Confusing.
Robert Singletary, who's black, shot a 6-year-old white girl named Kinsley White. Anyway, apparently a basketball went into Singletary's yard on Tuesday, and that's when the kids tried to get it. And I guess Singletary yelled at them, and one of the kids told their dad, who went to Singletary's house, and said something like, if you got a problem with my kid, come talk to me and we can work it out. This is in North Carolina. And after that, Singletary came out with a gun and shot at the neighbors, including a 6-year-old girl, hit her in the cheek with a bullet.
Whoa. What a psycho.
Mm-hmm. What a psycho. Anyway, there was a manhunt looking for him. They got him. They got his ass.
They got him.
Good.
Mm-hmm. The reason I called, I pointed out the race of everyone there is because race comes into play here in some respects, but largely it's bigger than that.
But we talked about the last ones, like the black kid maybe, but then there was the white girl got shot by Kevin Monahan who'd shoot anyone, and like
then the cheerleaders
were like, yeah, I think it's just people would be popping off, people would be stressing out,
people would be popping off. So watch out there. Watch out.
Yeah,
Keep
I mean,
balls in your yard.
We had the most atypical shooter of all time this year, Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Did you guys have any?
Did you guys have any neighborly instances of retrieving balls?
Yes.
I had one or two. What were yours that you remember?
I would always kick a soccer ball over my neighbor's fence, and I would have to retrieve it.
Did you knock on the door every time, or did you?
No, I had access to their fence because like I did it like 15 times a day. So like they would just go and get it.
What about you, Will?
I mean, I didn't even have a fucking fence. So
That's true. That's badass. That's because your parents are libertarians.
You could go into any yard. Well, it's just because our neighborhood was run down and nobody had a fucking fence.
I know.
All the fences were dilapidated. So
partial fences.
You could just walk into anybody's yard.
Fence graveyard.
Yeah. Man, this one summer when I was really into baseball, me and my buddy Benny, that got me into baseball. We used to play down at this old field.
This is a sandlot. You're talking about.
Thanks,
Sandlot.
Mark. All right, okay. I guess I won't finish the joke.
Sandlot. That's a sandlot.
You could have just let it go. I mean,
I saw it coming.
What? Yeah, when he said Benny, when he
sandlot.
And there was this big ass dog. Turns out, it was owned by a blind man who played pro ball.
Yeah.
Anyway,
on the Yankees, for fuck's sake, with
deep voice.
Yeah.
No, man, I did have an issue because we would play baseball in my side yard, and we didn't play with a hard ball after we hit Gaylord, my neighbor across the street.
Dude, Gaylord,
siding.
He was a tight ass, man.
Real son of a bitch.
He's the guy that got the scooter thing, right? Broke his wrist.
No, that was Pierre.
Oh, Pierre, man, you had a couple pills.
Yeah. That's everything.
Gaylord and Pierre.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. The thing about Gaylord and Pierre is just like those dudes just would lock in on a battle with 11-year-olds. I mean, that was their thing. No, there was no chance. So if you remember my side yard in Herndon,
well, they were going to have no funny business on that street.
No, there was zero
you were
chance.
The most funny business kid of all time.
I was a funny business son of a bitch.
That's true.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. When we got older, that became a problem. Like when we were 16 and my basement had like an open door policy. So when kids didn't have a place to go, sometimes there'd be weirdos on the street out front. But when we were playing ball, there was the angle made it so that there was no possible chance that a window could get broken at Gaylord's house. Zero chance. It was just a dent in his siding, maybe. But if we did that, we would have paid for it. And Gaylord, he was a battler, man.
No playing sports, kids.
No playing sports, man. It was fucked up. It was real.
No playing in the yard or street on my street.
Gaylord wasn't even his name. That was his nickname because he wouldn't let you guys play.
No, his name was Gaylord.
No, he was really Gaylord. I think he got there was a few mornings I remember him like going nuts when people like weird parking situations.
Oh,
it was
man.
Whoa, that guy,
big time, guys. Involuntary manslaughter charges against Alec Baldwin related to his incident on Rust, where he shot the cinematographer and the director of that film. No mas. The film's armor, though, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, she was also charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, which she should have been, and I hope she fries for them because she wasn't doing her job. David Hall's the first AD for the film, sentenced last month to 6 months unsupervised probation as part of the plea deal. I guess reasonable, but really, Baldwin charges dropped. There you go.
How much money did that cost? Because
dude, any legal situation is 30 to 100 grand.
Yeah, he had the good lawyers. Probably half $500,000 for him. Probably.
Yeah. Plus, he had to pay out the family. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why the guy was an executive producer.
For no charges. That guy's
right.
Baldwin's probably worth $50 million.
Oh, dude, you still got to hit Baldwin.
$50 million.
Yeah,
with hands up.
$50 million. You need a hit TV show.
Yeah, he was on a hit TV show. He was the star of it for like 10 years, and he's been the star of movies for decades. He was the star.
This cost him a ton, but I mean, like, I'm surprised that he faces no charges.
I was going low.
I'm surprised it would be dropped completely.
What does it say?
I'm looking up right now. Right now it says, I got to click on a link. What is this about?
Yeah,
60 million.
Okay, whatever. Guys, let's move on. We got a special guest on the show today, Coach Doug. Hey, what's up, Dogs?
Hey there, how's it going? Can you hear me
what's
okay?
What's happening? We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Perfect, I can hear you guys. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, Dogs.
Long time no chat.
Well, good to see you.
So we got to talk about something. Doug's is the only guy on the internet that I can tell that's covering this story. So we're very glad to have cutting-edge journalist Coach Doug's here to discuss a little lawsuit that's taking place between a card maker and one of the perennial producers of adult male entertainment, Bang Bros. Doug's, what's happening, man?
Yeah, and so it came out, I think, on Tuesday. Panini, a major card manufacturer, they currently hold the license for NFL and NBA. So if there's a licensed NFL football card or NBA basketball card, They're the maker of it, whether it says Panini or Donruss or a bunch of other sets they own.
Delicious.
They filed a lawsuit against Bang Bros. They actually. I'll step back a second. They filed it against Synesto Technologies, which is, I believe, the parent company.
Okay, thanks.
That's a
Bang Bros.
classy
That is
name for Bang Bros, bro.
Very
Yeah.
good
Some-
upgrade. Yeah,
something-
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to sound like I'm, trying to put my hands up and say I don't know what's going on. But from my research, I think
And your credit card bill.
Yeah, I think a couple years back, Synesto Technologies bought Bang Bros, or something happened where they were sold, and that is the official big company. But anyway,
I thought the parent company was Screw Dads.
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
So is Preston the president of Synesto?
Oh, shit.
that I don't know. That's going into that's a little above my pay grade.
Okay.
But Synesto Technologies, so that's who they officially sued, and I think that's important because they have sued Synesto Technologies because there is a website, bangbros.cards, that for the past few months, it registered, I think, in December of last year, has been selling these cards that feature adult actresses, but also they feature Panini trademarks like Rated Rookie and Donruss
Oh no!
and Immaculate. So it's odd. There we go. Here's Alana Rose. You'll see Rated Rookie at the top. That's at least in the sports card hobby, it's a very well-known logo. Donruss on the bottom.
That card, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's Angela White. She was just recently on the Only Stand show with Glennie Balls, where he palmed her. I'll let you guys go look that up. It was very consensual between the two of them.
I saw the clip. Fantastic.
Like to smell his hands.
Yeah. And there's Bella Danger. She's a regular on the KFC radio podcast. But here's
Fleer, but that's not a Fleer card. So
exactly. Exactly. And Fleer is not, I don't believe Fleer is a Panini product at all. And there's other.
Now they're really in trouble. That looked like Rear.
Why didn't they just do it with like?
Well, and if you look at the position, obviously it's a parody card,
right?
Obviously,
they should have done a parody.
Say outfield, center field, whatever, quarterback. They've made a joke out of it. But whoever has this website, they've been selling these cards, making bank. Like they sold packs of like 5 cards for $100. They were selling individual cards for upwards of 100 or more. And so whoever is bangbros.cards has been making a lot of money for the past few months. And these cards have also been on the resale market on eBay. That's how I first saw them. There's an attorney on Twitter, Paul Lesko. He's an attorney and he collects sports cards. I talked to him. I made a YouTube video about this a couple of months ago because it was like, hey, what's going on here? There's Pornhub, or not Pornhub, excuse me, Bang Bros cards. There's porn cards featuring these. Obviously Panini, who sells sports cards to children, isn't like voluntarily giving their license, their trademarks out. So what's going on here?
They don't sell them to children, Doug. Let's be honest. But yes,
and
children can buy them.
They sell them to me. They sell them to big kids.
You can get to the actresses, right? Too. You could ask them about it. Like, what do they know about it? What's that about? Do they get any kickbacks?
They got to get a cut, right? Because their likeness is on
it,
right?
And well, you would think so. Like when you buy a football card, they have a license with the NFL and the NFLPA, so players are paid on the back end for that.
Right.
So these cards, though, again, it's bangbros.cards. The whole question is Bang Bros involved with this? I reached out to Bang Bros I'm a Big J journalist, so I reached out to Bang Bros and I asked them. It was actually very easy to get hold of them. I was genuinely surprised.
Well, would you email them?
I know. I DM'd them on Twitter. It was kind of difficult to find their Twitter handle, but anyway, I DM'd them on Twitter, and they were verified at the time. That was a thing. I don't think it's any longer a thing nowadays, but at the time they were verified, and it was one of the assistants of whoever owns it or runs it. And I asked them very clearly, like, are these authentic cards? Are you making these cards? Are you involved at all? And they told me no. That they're not involved at all.
So who the hell is
let's go deep really quick.
cards?
I looked at the Who Is registry, right, and they have a privacy protection on it, so we don't know who owns the thing. But I want to point something out. So Mia Khalifa, who is on the site right now, a porn actress, right? So she is vehemently vehemently against anyone discussing pornography to the point where she'll walk out of an interview if someone brings up the fact that she was in pornography, which is a whole aside, but it's bullshit. Shut the fuck up, Mia. You did what you did. Deal with it.
Right.
That we need to talk about it so we can move on for you to be a quote unquote sports broadcaster or whatever. But is this image? Does anyone recognize this image? Because she only did 8 videos.
Yes, I know that.
Is that a Bang Bros?
Yes, it is.
It's a Bang Bros. Okay, because that's what I was going to say. Bang Bros theoretically could have had if they created the video where these images are pulled
the rights
from,
to these images.
they might have the rights to them. Otherwise,
that's why they're suing Sinesto, because the assumption is that they are somehow the ones behind it because they have the rights to
that's
the
a Bang Bros video. I'm certain. I'm certain.
And there's also a couple of cards looking through the website for legal research purposes. There are also OnlyFans cards as well that have the OnlyFans logo. Ooh. And so that just it tells me it's definitely not Bang Bros putting this out there for 2 reasons. One, they would have to go through I don't think they would risk any legal action using these trademarks that they don't need to use.
Right. Well, hold on. So, Doug, from a legal perspective, I want to point something out. So when we put the Abella Danger card up, you specifically pointed out, and that's the one that says Fleer on it and has the Bang Bros logo. You pointed out that there's a position in the bottom right-hand side of the card, which clearly indicates it's parody. Parody law would protect this in a lot of respects.
Correct.
I would assume, right?
Yes, and that's something on my YouTube video with Paul Lesko, the attorney. We go into that where parody law is a very good defense for this kind of thing. If I'm not sure if you have it in detail there or some of the back of the pictures, the reason why or something that may come up is the rated rookie on some of the back of the cards. They have X-rated rookies.
There you
go.
And
so it's one of those. So it's a parody, but at the same time, that may be an issue because it could be confusing because it's so specific or so direct. People may confuse whether or not that's connected. So that is a legal defense, but it's not a full legal defense.
Right. We got to buy one. I mean, okay, so I went through this with Texas Chainsaw Massacre before, where I had some really bizarre pirates we've turned out to be out of Asia. We couldn't figure out who these people were. If they were in the U.S., we could have brought a lawsuit against them. So I bought a bunch of stuff. And that was the only way to figure out who charged your card. And a lot of times, a Vietnamese last name at PayPal.com. But we got to buy one, right?
I make good money for what I'm doing. I'm happy about that. But as far as a card collector, the packs that we're selling, they may still be on sale. And I tell you what, as soon as we're off of here, if one of them is still for sale, they may have sold out because this is kind of blowing up on the internet right now. They may have sold out, but if the last package that I saw was 5 cards for $100, and you don't know what you're going to.
That's overpriced. That's overpriced for sure. I agree.
And that's why, listen, even as a collector of sports cards, I'm a collector first and foremost, not like a full investor. And so even if those were sports cards, I'd say no way. Even then.
Do you get so when you order a pack of these cards, do they come with like a condom instead of a stick of gum? Is that how does that work?
And if it's vintage, it's 30 years old still. You can try it. It's not gonna be good though.
This is an old condom. And lastly,
just breaks apart.
Is this misrepresentative? I'm not a big mainstream porn guy, but Lana Rhoades is not a rookie, am I right? I mean, she's more of a grizzled vet, am I right?
She's got a few RBIs.
They did like a time capsule thing because a lot of those pictures are old. You brought up Mia Khalifa, a lot of.
Oh, that was her rookie. That was that could have been a picture that's from 10 years ago. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, that's her.
And so it comes down to, and I wrote a blog for Barstool on it. I think that this is some random third party who is cashing in, and God bless, they're cashing in on all these trademarks and they're using the likeness of these ladies against anyone's, and they're cashing in. They're making a lot of money from it. And I don't think the Panini lawyers went into, I don't think they did their research.
They should have found that out because now they can get countersued by Sinesto for
you would think, I mean, this is news saying hey, this card manufacturer is suing, suing Bang Bros. So you would think there's something there.
Right. You can put your trademark in jeopardy as well if you lose a parody lawsuit. So that's pretty dangerous.
Reality Kings is loving this.
I don't. The main two things are I don't know. I don't know why they would do this just for the legal recourse that could happen. I don't know why they would put it out there for any legal consequences. I don't know why they would do that just to make some side money. They could easily just sell and this is my second point. They don't need to put Panini on a card. They have Bang Bros. I mean, a lot of people know the Rated Rookie logo. I think a lot more people watch porn than collect sports cards. And so they have these trademarks.
They just want to use all the most.
They could use
stuff.
the AVN catchy things like the newcomer of the year instead of like Rated Rookie. Like that's
to your point, Doug.
Yeah.
And if they want to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Them using a ton of trademark stuff does make it seem like it's somebody who's just doing whatever they want, right? Like just some kind of
not a smart multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Right?
Because does
Sinestro
does Sinestro own any part of OnlyFans? Right? Because like if not, then that doesn't make any sense. Why would you sue Sinestro if they're also
just
producing OnlyFans cards, right? Yeah. So
they have all their own trademarks, and I wrote this in the blog. Listen, I reached out to Bang Bros, so I have a rapport with them right now. If they do want to start their own sports or card series, I am happy to be an advisor.
I think that's
probably should.
I think you jump in.
And I will say this, and this I don't know if this will hurt me or not, but Panini in their lawsuit mentioned me as an industry expert.
Nice.
So
Jesus Christ, put that on your wall. Frame that.
They cited my YouTube video with Paul Lesko, and they said that I was an industry expert. They also put in quotations that I was not sophisticated. So
oh wow,
I'll add that to it.
Sophisticated, Doug's
a great compliment.
Yeah. And so if Bang Bros, hey, listen, if you want to start your own card series, my services are here for you.
Well, Doug, thanks for being here, brother. And I'm serious on splitting that card. You let me know. Just send me a Venmo request. But I also want to share the card. I'm just saying. So, you know what I mean.
Maybe you could
break
a pack. Yeah.
Maybe like every other day. You could have Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I'll take the weekend. Anyway, thanks for being here, Doug. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Have a good one, guys.
Good to see you, man. And Bang Bros needs to pull the trigger if they know what's good for them.
Yeah, like, someone's making a bunch of money, and Bang Bros could make a bunch more.
Doug's is Bang Bros real official card line would be something to see. It would be a sight to behold.
That's
Squirter alert, like Squirter card.
That's the Sheen one. That's the Sheen. That's the hologram.
Yeah, the hologram's the Squirter.
Dude, the hologram would be tight.
Oh man, I got 4 out of 12 squirts.
No, man, I think you got to buy one. But dude, I'll tell you what. Like one time, I went down a rabbit hole buying what I thought was an infringing thing, and it billed to a hops and barley company out of Wisconsin. And I was like, and so I looked it up, and it was a legitimate hops and barley. Like it was 3 couples got together, started this beer making company, and I was like, these guys are fucked because one of these guys started selling counterfeit Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit on the side, and I got them. They're fucked. So I bought some hops and barley from them to see if it was the same chart.
Did you?
My internet or his Pat's?
No, we lost Pat's audio. Pat, we can't hear you on the stream.
We lost Pat. Is he back?
You there? He's almost there.
He's almost there. He's holding his finger up like, give me one.
One. All right. Well,
BBC 1, BBC 2. Well, parody law is a good thing though, because that's why we can do Tiz.
That's right. Yeah, I mean parody law. We need to probably more clearly clarify on our profiles, right? Because we do have @news in the handle, so we probably need to be a little bit more clear in the profiles.
Parody. That's really
why legally cover ourselves.
It might be why the Facebook and YouTube always get. Which, by the way, that butt might get us banned. We'll see.
Well, butt was fine. Those cards were fine.
See.
There was a thong inside that butt.
Was there? Well, we got to appeal
because it got ate up by Diller's ass.
Yeah, it's true. It's not her fault.
You guys want to jump into the top story? That one was a little longer than I thought. Okay, let's jump into the top story.
That's great top
story. The cream of the crop.
Whoa. Mark, is it looking crazy to you on your end?
He went. I don't know. Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Okay. Because SpaceX rocket exploded on Thursday, 4/20, sending an amount of smoke into the air that made those who were watching the live feed in Colorado's capital city wonder if a rocket had also failed over Denver. But SpaceX is considering this thing. Do you get that? Because they get super high in
it's
Denver.
420, bro.
SpaceX considered the explosion a rousing success, man. I'm gonna put the video up.
I would say actually accomplishing the mission would have been a rousing success, but they did get it off the ground. So
okay, well let's watch the video here, and we can talk over it until we get to the end where this lady does the ultimate PR spin.
It's a big rocket. Boca Chica, here it goes. Okay, whoa, it looks cool. That
it
looks
was a great
cool.
takeoff.
Yeah,
it was awesome. And then
thrust.
Yeah, the takeoff is fantastic, and it makes it up, but then it starts to wobble, and then it fucking ends up exploding eventually. But it was a good takeoff.
It was going straight up. There's a lot of smoke. Pat's internet's a little slow. Here it goes.
Here it goes. You see it wobbling?
Yeah, it starts to wobble, and then eventually it really fucking goes sideways. And
how far up is that? What do you think? A couple miles? 3 miles now?
I don't know how high.
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation, where Starship should separate from the super heavy booster.
And that didn't.
Yeah, Kate. Right now, it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously, we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be
in the control room
a nominal situation.
Yeah, it
does not appear to be nominal.
Appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Oh.
Yeah, blew the fuck up.
And there, as you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship inaugural.
Pat, your internet's garbage.
It's not my internet, man.
What's going on with your setup? Now your audio's out.
Now your mic is your computer mic.
What's going on over there at the Beaver Den? What happened?
It's like a SpaceX launch over there.
Yeah, exactly. You're making fun of the SpaceX launch while all of your tech is failing.
My tech's fine.
So what happens at the end? It blows up?
Yeah,
oh, you didn't see it.
But Pat was going to mention the lady makes a funny comment about how.
Well, look, they
did the emergency ejection thing. Like
she says, everything after the launch was a fucking success.
Yeah. She also, while it blows up, she's like, "Oh, it looks like they've done." She like does it like she says 3 words back to back that are like not explosion. She's like, "Looks like they had an emergency evacuation event."
They called it, SpaceX called it something funny. It was like a rapid deconstruction,
right?
Rapid unscheduled deconstruction.
Exactly. It's an explosion.
Yeah. That's trying to.
I'm about to lose my mind over here.
Feverishly. Yeah, you're back in. It sounds
called
good,
a rapid unscheduled disassembly before stage separation.
There it is.
Because the boosters didn't want to let go. Right, that's the type of language that like a stalker would use after they got served a restraining order when they were talking about their relationship. You know, it's really polishing it. Jesus,
Pat's done for the day. Who's got the ad? Who can read the?
Yeah, 1 second. Well, that was the cup of coffee in the big time. Which was brought to you today by Sunday. Okay. You know it was because Sunday is one of our best sponsors and for a good reason. Because
when you want to get away from your computer and get outside,
that's
Sunday.
what you do. You use the Sunday lawn. I mean, they ship everything to your door so that you can do everything yourself, and they do it on schedule. So like all growing season, if you need seeds, grass seeds, all of the fertilizer for your lawn to make it look lush and green, all of the weed control stuff, everything you need. They'll ship it straight to your door. All you need is just a hose and some water. Spray it on the lawn, and then you can do the rest. The lawn, Mother Nature does the rest, and then you just maintain it. It looks great, fantastic. So this spring, go to getsunday.com/hardfactor and enter your address to get a customized plan just for your lawn. It's incredible, actually. They'll send you like a picture of your house, exactly how much sun hits where, what you need to do to keep it fresh. And it's amazing. So
it's
no
not
trips.
It's not $1,500 like those other fucking services, is it?
No, and it's very affordable. No trips to the store either, Mark, or hauling heavy bags, since they ship everything straight to your home. Literally just boxed up, boom, give it to you. No, all you need is a hose. Like I said earlier, applies Sunday. You can fertilize your whole lawn in less than the time it takes to watch an episode of Hard Factor. So it's like actually a quarter of that time. It's very quick. And they only use ingredients you can feel good about. No harsh chemicals, no long waiting periods, or trying to keep your kids and pets off the lawn. Simply apply, let it dry, and you're back to enjoying your yard. Sunday is easy and affordable. Some lawn care services cost more than $1,500 a year, but Sunday's full season plans start at just $109. And Sunday is offering our listeners 20% off. Whoa. Full season plans start at just $109, as I said, dollars. And you can get 20% off when you visit getsunday.com/hardfactor at checkout. That's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com.
Sunday.com/hardfactor. Thanks,
the
Will.
one, Pat.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What's going on?
I took this computer and I ripped it apart. I brought it. It's only for this. And I'm still paying this fucker off, Apple, you piece of shit.
You got the M2s? You got the
this is
He's got
not
the most
my
advanced
M1.
Mac on the market.
I got motherfucker, man. I'm just like ready to. I'm tired of you, Apple. I'm tired of you, piece of shit.
Damn.
Damn,
Well, you're good for now.
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't share a
great.
5 megabyte video. That video was 5 megabytes.
Too many megabytes.
It was an MP3's worth.
Yeah.
That video is hard to play. Okay.
Just burnt. You see smoke coming out of Pat's area.
Coming out of my ears, man.
Yeah.
Top of the line, Mac down the drain. Okay. Let's move on to the next story. And it's called Netflix and Kill.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Dude, that should be the name of a movie.
I think it is, probably.
Well, Netflix would have to make his trademark.
No, I know, but they should make a campy horror movie like Netflix and Kill.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, yeah. Well, anyways, trademark by us, though, so they have to pay us for it.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So, not sure if you guys have seen the Netflix documentary called The Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Great doc.
Pow, pow, pow.
Kai.
Yeah, Kai. Yeah, but that's what he goes. And then I go, pow, pow, pow.
So you guys have seen this documentary? And not just the video, but the documentary.
I've seen the entire documentary. Yeah, it's awesome.
I watch any Netflix documentary. Yeah. I watch them all.
Interesting. Okay, I hadn't seen it. So I was like,
Start with American ones, though. I start with American ones.
I thought it'd be over 3, but it's 2 out of 3 I have seen it. It's called it's called The Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker. It's about Caleb Kai McGilvery, as the guys just said. He's a nomadic backpacker who went viral for a crime scene news video clip in 2013 in Fresno, California.
That's right.
I'll just play like the beginning of it. We don't have to watch the whole thing. It's like a 5-minute clip. But Mark, here, let's reminisce on this 2013 viral moment from Kai. Here it is. All right, so that's Kai.
Well, not straight out of Dogtown then. Yeah.
Isn't Kai from Canada though? He turns out to be Canadian, right?
He turns out to be a murderer, is what he turns out to be.
Yeah.
Right. Mark,
not even just that incident, but I think he killed someone else.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So after that clip went viral in 2013, Kai then became a reality star for a few months. He went on did a bunch of late night appearances.
One of the first viral people, right? Like the time that he did it was like when the internet was like booming. So he was like one of the first viral sensations.
He became like an MTV VJ for for like the middle of the year. But then ended up arrested for murder, as Mark said, of a different guy in New Jersey that same year. And he was eventually convicted in 2019
But
to
didn't that guy
57
try to
years
suck
in
his
prison.
dick or something?
Yes,
There's a
that's what he
there's a
says,
lot of
yes.
he says it's self-defense against a
did.
guy
No.
trying.
There's video of him. He spent the night at some rich dude's house in Canada. Pat, that's the Canada part. The crime, I think, happened near Canada. So he's on like the Seattle border. He keeps going back, and this old rich guy who was gay, for sure, would take Kai into his house, and Kai said that like he like kind of got him drugged him, and like would make him fuck him, and then like the next day after that happened, Kai came back and killed him. That's like, but he got arrested from
Right, and there was another guy in the documentary who was also like going after somebody who had like targeted him as a pedophile. Yeah, so that's what the documentary was about. Kai, as Mark says, claims it was like self-defense or targeting a pedophile.
Well, revenge. Revenge.
Right, and so they talk about like,
I mean, you wake up and some old dude's sucking your dick, right? And you're like, groggy, and you look down and you see his lips on your dick, and he's old as shit, and you got your hatchet.
So grab it.
Yeah, people started asking after like when the sensation died down. They're like, "Why did he have a hatchet and stuff?" And they started looking
exactly.
into,
So Mark,
because he's a woodsman.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he likes to kill people with hatchets. I think that's like probably what he got in trouble for every time here. Kai claims it was self-defense, but what we're really talking about today, anyways, is apparently Netflix used multiple photographs of a Kentucky man named Taylor Hazelwood, 27 years old. So there's Taylor next to Kai's picture. I guess they look kind of similar.
They look kind of similar. He's got a Kai vibe.
Kinda, right?
Yeah.
So,
hold on. So they used that guy's photo as Kai, representing him as Kai?
Yeah, Pat, your mic's messed up again. But yes, they did. They did. So they used a picture of this dude holding an axe. And they even had a scene near the end of the documentary with a pic of Hazelwood, like in a voiceover saying this behind it. Is this a guardian angel or a stone cold killer? And the dude, that's Hazelwood's pic.
That's fucked up.
With the fucking.
That's fucked up.
They're saying that's.
You can never trust anyone.
Man, I saw this lawsuit, and I thought at first that he was just suing because they used, like, I thought at first he knew Kai and they used a photo without getting released. No, they were saying he was Kai.
Basically, they scoured the internet, and it sounds like they were like they didn't have enough photos of Kai younger or whatever, so they just kind of found pics of people that could be Kai and maybe used them originally. I tried to watch the documentary today. It looks like all the pictures have been scrubbed from the lawsuit, but. Pretty hilarious. So because this dude was getting texts from his friends like, Netflix is saying you're a murderer, like, you know, like what's going on? Like,
yeah, I mean, he's recognizable. All of his people were like, you know, talking to him.
Man,
for sure.
Imagine if he was trying to Netflix and chill on like a first or third date.
That would have ruined it.
Yeah, and then they
swear it's not me.
And he happened to have like a hatchet lying around.
Yeah, this guy is a woodsman, unlike Kai. Yeah, this guy is a woodsman. That's why he had the hatchet in the photograph. And I think his favorite book was Hatchet or something like that. So the suit was filed in Texas. The suit was filed. Yeah, got him $1 million, Mark, because the suit was filed in Texas, and Hazelwood only wants $1 million. That's why I was saying $5 million for the other guy is a great prize from My Pillow. So Hazelwood only wants $1 million for being texted by his buddies that Netflix was saying he's a murderer. So it's just pretty kind of funny at the end of the day, right?
He's gonna get $400,000.
He went, yeah.
Why?
Still, that's
because they're gonna settle it because it's not the reason. The reason they went for $1 million because there's probably like calculatable damages, and they probably went with like a reasonable number, knowing they're gonna settle. Because Netflix has an insurance policy on this. Insurance.
Well, there you go. Then his buddies got to bust his balls and he got $400,000.
There's insurance you buy in a movie called E&O, Errors and Omissions. That's specifically for
this. Probably covers this. Yeah.
Well, Texas is also like a top two for the companies not having to pay out too much state. Like they usually cap it like $250K. He'll probably get $250K.
So it's all calculated. You're saying.
Yeah. Nice. But still, $250K. I'd take it. I would take it. I would. You know what? Netflix. I'm not saying it out loud because then you could actually use it. But if you happen to, I don't want you to use my image, but do it. You know,
dude, for $400,000, absolutely. you could keep fake me doing shit.
Put me out there. So I would have been the old man sucking God's dick.
Yeah, for $250K, I'll be that gay Canadian.
Come on, yeah.
That's the image.
Shit, I would have gone out just for the potential. I would have gone out and filmed me sucking
do the
someone's dick
tagline?
and then
Is this
uploaded all
Canadian
over the
too
internet.
gay?
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, but
Yeah, he
seriously,
went-
we're
he-
poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Netflix. Think about it. So thank you to Andrew Parker from Leeds MOT for sending that one in, and also Mike Roberts for another feel good clip for you on this Friday episode. Here is how one North Queensland Australian politician, Bob Catter, feels about same-sex marriage. And Mark, you can stop me if this is going to be in the high five. Is this?
No.
Okay. Here you go. It's just a classic clip for just a feel good Friday. Here you go.
Okay.
You know, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities. You know, I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned. You know, but I ain't spending any time on it because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
Oh shit. Good point. There's other things he's got to worry about, dude. And at the beginning, he sounded like Super Dave Osborne, and then he switched.
Funkhauser.
Yeah, he sounded like Funkhauser, and then he switched to like serious Australian.
No, I ain't spending any time on it. Because people are being ripped apart by crocodiles.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
That's
but
literally
Mark,
life
did you
right
see the did you see
I love that.
in New Zealand this there's a like a wildlife conservancy organization that runs a contest
now.
for
we talked about it
kids.
yesterday.
Yeah. What do you? That's
Yeah, oh
fucking
yeah,
nuts,
that
dude.
was on yesterday.
I don't
Cat
love
killing.
it. I don't love it.
I don't
and then,
love it.
Oh,
and
Mark,
then-
Mark.
And then intern Joey was like texting us today. He's like, I would volunteer to go there and join
Mark,
the
I put up a
competition. I was like,
poll.
Joey.
Mark, I put up a poll about it too, so we'll see how the public feels.
Yeah.
Well, so Spotify, if you listen to us on Spotify, you can vote on the polls and vote on that poll about the cat culling for kids contest.
Joey's not allowed to watch my cats after that text.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to come out of the woodwork on this one. Mark.
I mean, that's literally
I hate
like
cats. This is awesome.
they wrote it into the good son for
Yeah.
how you know someone's a psycho.
Right. That's what I was saying. It's like suicide training. I mean, not suicide, serial killer
Psychopath.
training. Yeah, psychopath training.
See, I like the politics down under, like with the kids contest, and then this guy with the crocodiles. And it's good news too for Australia's gay community, because since that clip was filmed in 2017, since then they can now legally marry in Australia. But bad news for Bob Catter, who I didn't know dresses like a cowboy, and I guess that.
God,
maybe
I could
that's
go for
Australian thing.
go for Catter clips all day.
Oh, he's the best. But bad news for Catter, though, crocodile attacks were still hovering around that all-time high he was complaining about as recently as 2019. So
He's losing sleep over it.
Bob's attitude is great nonetheless, though. He's like, look, good for the other thing, for the rights of the gays, but also we got to realize these crocodiles are a serious problem.
He can't stand Peter Pan. He there's no way he watches that Disney movie. Too many crocodiles.
Bob Catter's the best, and so
Yeah.
Bob Catter.
I like it. Yeah. If you will, any more Catter clips next week? You want to play them? Play them. Catter's the man.
thanks. Yeah, I think I agree. I think this is his only viral clip because when you Google him, this is like it's just 50 of these clips.
For now, well, we got people on boots on the ground. Maybe they can get some Catter clips.
Well, it's
for us.
10:56 a.m. in Australia, which means we could potentially get Catter on the show if we try.
Yeah, someone
He's 77.
Someone email Catter.
So,
He's
better
been
do
up.
it
He's been up
fast.
for 6 hours. Yeah,
I've been waiting for something to do.
Yeah.
he's having dinner. All right, well, it's the end of the show and the end of the week, which means that can only mean one thing.
It's time for the high five.
And it is. You're damn right it is. Okay. 2 5-star reviews, which we'll start with. Let's get those numbers up, please. Apple Podcasts, you can leave a 5-star review. If you've left one before, you don't really need to because it doesn't help the algorithm. So you're excluded. Thank you. Which a lot of people have. So thank you. But if you haven't, or if you have a new device or a new Apple login, or you can borrow your spouse's or your friends or your significant others or your child's, whatever, slap a 5-star review on there. It helps us with the algorithm. Helps us. Yeah.
And if you're ever bored, just unfollow and then refollow immediately on everything. just do the whole little sweep and swoop. You know, it's just like
jiggle
it's
the
just
handle.
Like, yeah, they jiggle the handle. It's like a little spring cleaning. You know, it's a perfect thing to do if you just get bored.
You just said that. I've been hearing my toilet run the entire show. Hold on one second.
Jiggle the handle on that bad boy. All right, so first review is from Sobi Kenobi, who says, "Love these guys. A lot of news you didn't need to know, but now you do. Every episode is fantastic, except for the one where Pat vamps for 10 minutes about some dumb video where a kid almost gets shot that I won't be able to watch anyway since I'm audio only at work because his crappy internet won't load the video."
Oh no, dude, that one came on today.
GFT, that's pretty timely.
Hold on, who edited the show that day?
You've got to be kidding me. That 5-star.
No, he got. I edited the show that day. I edited the show that day, and I fixed it. I fixed it.
I don't know. I think he's just saying in
so
general.
that's a hater comment that he wasn't actually affected. He wants to be affected. That's like a filing for FEMA relief when you weren't in Hurricane Katrina. Okay?
I have seen a few. No, I have seen a few, even in Discord about
his timing was nothing short of magnificent.
Timing's incredible. I have seen a few even in Discord where they're like, guys, it's an audio podcast. The audio people, you need to stop playing videos. So like, you know, there's a fine line where we have to at least, you know, do a good job describing to listeners. So I get it. I get the audio listeners.
Right.
That's our
we
bread
get that
butter.
audio only listeners, and we love you all.
We love audio.
There's actually like way more audio only listeners than video.
And just so
There
this
are.
hater
We love you.
knows, I've been saying that since day one. I've been a champion of that since day one.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
We got to focus on audio only.
But he's saying you play a lot of videos and play them with bad internet.
What I will say is this to the at work audio only crowd: eventually, there's just going to be video playing still, like on your phone, like because that's just the way things are going. And so eventually, you will be able to just look down at your phone and see. If you're on Spotify, you can already do it. You could just look down and see the images. So
the best ones are like the local news clips that like they're talking the whole time and you can kind of visualize it. Those are good ones. But yeah, I understand we're working on it. You know, we're always working.
Look, we're all trying to adjust with the times together. And thank you so much, Hardo Hive.
Yeah,
we love you.
We're audio and video, baby. We love you both. All right, next one, second one, last one from WD White 1996 says, "My only daily news source. This podcast is amazing. I've been listening to it for a little over 2 years and have yet to be let down. Mark, Will, Pat, and Wes are 4 childhood friends that keep us informed by reporting on trendy news with 80% accuracy. And today, out of nowhere, I heard something unexpected that made my neurodivergent brain instantly go to leave a review, which I never do. All I ask is that Mark say, you already got me, which I'll get back to it. You already got me again in that volleyball kid's voice. I'm in literal tears. Also, birthday shout out to Connor, man. I do intend to join your paid subscription and highly recommend the show to anyone that can read this. HETFD. Nice. Yeah. So that kid was the kid that the teacher kept pegging with the ball. And I don't remember exactly, but we all got in on it. And it's like kids being like, "You already got me." He's like, just like, imagine him like crawling off the thing, like holding his stomach. You know, that's funny.
You know, it might have been Wes. Wes has like Wes.
Oh, you cut out. Can't.
Oh no, that's audio cut out again.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right, let's move on to voicemails. Let's move on to voicemails. What's that? Say?
How is your internet speed is so fast? How is this happening? I don't know why you put that screenshot up because that's not that just means the problem is a user problem.
Steven C wants to know if his internet guy is also his plumber. No.
Steven C's been burning Pat. He also said Pat needs to stop using those AOL discs.
Oh no. Here comes voicemails.
Hey guys, it's Xavier.
Okay, here we go. Stopping it. Yesterday we talked about this. We said Xavier or Javier. It's Xavier. It's Xavier. Like
Xavier.
Like,
I heard
no, S-A. Xavier. I'll play it again. Xavier. He said it's hard. It's very Xavier. Listen, and then it's going to cut. I had to play his so he's been in spam. He's been sending us voicemails every week. This is the first time it's getting put up. He's been in spam jail for like a month, and I had to take his from last week to get his name because he didn't.
Okay, so he's been sending
voicemails.
How many voicemails to the void did Xavier
5.
send?
This is 4.
It's because he has an X in his name.
Yeah. So here comes Xavier. Here you go.
Hey guys, it's Xavier.
There you go.
I'm gonna just
redo my voicemail because I started finishing the other episode, and like you guys kind of already talked about what I was asking.
Okay.
The TLDR though, old people that are so frail that they can't be held up. I mean, they can't stand up on their own without being held up. Should not be allowed middle seats on airplanes. They should get the window seat so everyone else is not the last person on the goddamn plane because they can't move. Sorry. But
That's a
worked
good
up.
idea.
Yeah.
what is like the most random person you've ever ran into? So like for example, today in the Dallas airport, I see a guy wearing an Auburn shirt. I say, War Damn Eagle. He didn't hear me. His partner makes him turn around. He's like, oh hey, he said War Eagle. The guy was like, thanks, I've been waiting all day for that. I say, hey man, I used to be in the Auburn marching band. He says, my son used to be a cheerleader. I'm like, no way, which one? Turns out it's my old fucking coworker when I was a resident assistant on campus. And I was like, oh shit, what are the odds? In just a random town I've been in twice in my life because I'm at the airport, you know? Like that. Not like, oh, I met a celebrity here. Just like someone that was somehow literally connected to you. And that was the only time you ever met them. Does that make sense?
That does.
All right, have a great fucking day. Sorry for rambling. I'm exhausted.
All right, there you go.
Xavier, thank you.
So, have you guys had any small world? things
You know, I
think of?
tried to think about this one
Yeah.
earlier. You told us this
Mhm.
question was on the table. I honestly don't have any good ones. I have some funny ones of where I've met celebrities, but I don't have any good ones of where I've met somebody who I like could have possibly known.
A relative or like a
A
friend or family,
relative.
yeah.
I don't have
Yeah,
a good example. Yeah.
I used to when early in my career when I would go into meetings with certain people that were like lower rent, so to speak, like a lot of pornographers and stuff. They would always be like, "Hey, I used to do coke with your cousins."
Small world, yeah.
Like
Coke world's a small world.
Yeah, that's a good one, Pat. Yeah. Oh
That
shit!
is a
Its
good one.
audio went out again. Oh no.
We'll play the
Oh,
next
no.
one. I don't really have one either. I tried to think of one. I know I have one, but I couldn't think of one. There was one.
That
with
was
the
a
last
great
name.
example. But I'm
Yeah.
glad that Pat's audio worked for like that 30 seconds so he could hit us with that amazing example.
Yeah.
So
He's got an
great
alt
work.
laptop, which I don't know how that's going to fix his audio, but he's working on it. On an
Sorry
alt-
we couldn't see your voicemails. Also, it makes me
Yeah.
wonder, is Google's filter a little racist? Because
That's what Xavier was saying. He was saying that it's definitely racist.
Yeah, I
well-
think so.
Well, I think it's not us. It's Google. Right?
I mean, we're in YouTube's doghouse right now, so I don't want to say too much. But what I would say is, you may want to look at that algorithm for the spam blocker. Seems like it's a little bit it's profiling.
I agree. Just because his name was like, Latino or whatever, they threw him straight into spam. I don't like it. All right, let's play the next one.
Boys, calling from California, listening to Friday's show right now. Got an answer for the guy that was talking about why only 4 people.
I'm going to pause it because Colin sent in 3 emails. I play 1.5 of his emails.
Thank you for condensing.
Go to the bank. You wanna know what? Some of us that are super fucking poor, we have to get prepaid debit cards that our employer provides so they can put direct deposit on it because they don't want to write the fucking check. Because if we open up a bank account, the IRS is gonna fucking come after us. So, if you really want to see the poorest of the poorest, we don't actually have bank accounts, bro. So.
Yeah,
It's more of like the
cash
middle. It's more like the middle class, upper middle class, like kind of on the poor side to hang out at the bank. You know, that's true poor is.
I don't know about that.
We don't go to the bank either, bro. Boys, also
There's
I got beef now with this clerk
Clerk
or
Dietz.
Clerk D.
Clerk
I don't
Dietz.
know his fucking name. Never heard of him before.
Wasn't he
But now
calling
we
to
got
announce
beef.
like, the birth
Yeah.
So
of
it
his
used to be
child?
like I used to have
marriage.
beef with other people. I have beef with this guy. You don't have to announce that you're getting married. Getting married is probably the worst thing you can do. Take it from me. I've done it fucking twice. I'll probably do it the 3rd time, but, getting married is probably the worst fucking thing you could possibly do. Just putting that out. Don't recommend it. Love you guys and have a great fucking day.
There you go.
All right. I mean, we're both married, Mark and I. Pat's back. You got a take on marriage, Pat, being potentially the worst decision of somebody's life.
I'm not married. I don't know, man.
Yeah, so Colin's mad that Clerk Dietz announced his marriage to
I think he's having a little fun, but he definitely. I had to condense that. He went on a 1.5 minute wedding rant that I condensed, and then his third one's about birds. He's been on the birds are fake forever, and he's glad that we're on the birds are fake. Which I don't think. I think he missed the point of that story, but he thinks we're all on his side now with the birds are fake.
Wait, what?
Colin, we're all on your side with all of it, except I'm
why
married.
Is he mad about marriage?
Because he's been married twice, and now and they didn't work out, and he's saying they're expensive.
That's why he's poor.
And he also meant there exactly.
Also he's saying that cash places are where you find the poorest of the poor. Colin, I think that's in construction. I think that's like when you work in a line of work where you can get that cash check. I don't know if every single poorest of the poor gets the cash checks.
But I like that idea though. That super poor don't even sniff a bank. That's funny.
Yeah.
And then he
does. Well, also illegal, workers. That's also similar.
He had a laundry list of reasons not to get married. He just said they stopped putting out, and it was a whole deal. But let's play. You ready for the next one?
Well, hey, Colin, I'm having my second kid, so how do you explain that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say they stopped putting out. I don't know if that's fair.
Yeah, maybe you stopped putting in.
Yeah, exactly, right? Mark. That's the way to think about it.
Oh, Mark.
Oh shit! Right. I'm fully back in business. Fully back in business.
Nice.
There's my internet speed.
Dude, your internet speed is sick.
It's not the internet.
Would that be fast enough to stream Destiny? Because Son of the Bomb on Twitch says, Son of the A Bomb on Twitch says, "Will you?"
Yeah, we can start a sub
on there. I need to. I should. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, but we could do it.
Just because I play a lot, and maybe I need to get set up to do it. There we go. I'm not very good, but you could watch me be bad.
Who's the best?
I'll join a raid with you, bud.
I think Nolan's probably the best player.
He's a good video game player, huh?
He's really good at PvP games, or I mean, FPS games. But we have a solid squad. We're gonna try to clear the rest of the raid tonight, and we're doing it a man down. So
whoa, okay. You're still a man down. Pat, you got to get in there.
Pat, how much is it?
Get in the raid, bro.
That seems like $60.
I think to get it's free to play, but then you have to unlock all the old shit with all the old seasons. But yeah, hop up in. If you like FPS.
Pat, how you like those numbers, Pat?
That's Google Fiber numbers right there, buddy. That's nice.
That's how
if you like FPS, look up Hardo Hive in the Destiny.
Are you hardwired right now?
Join us.
I'm always hardwired, baby.
I'm hardwired for life, bro.
I'm always
my downloads.
I've been hardwired.
My downloads are the same as Mark, but my uploads are nowhere near either, you guys. So I'm not even gonna put it up.
Crisp and clean over here.
I'm at 195 down, 159 up, which is sick, and Mark's at crazy numbers.
The upload's just offensive. Down. Yeah.
Well, sometimes that could be fake. That could be a fake upload. Sometimes
I mean, I hope it is.
It looks pretty real.
I hope it is. All right, let's move on to the next one.
You couldn't type those numbers.
Hey boys, Art from Golis. Quick question: why the hell did you guys all say you would get a Texas Chainsaw Massacre tattoo for Pat?
Another good timing one.
Anyways, that's it for me today. Have a great fucking day.
Oh, well,
we were talking about what
I was never going to
get.
We were saying if we got tattoos that represented each of the people on the podcast, and you weren't on that particular pod. We were saying yours, like mine, would be an orca, Wes's would be a rainbow pit bull, Mark's would be a cat, and then yours would be like a TCM.
It was related to like a dare or like a punishment if we reached like a certain goal on like a merchathon. It was a hypothetical, and I think,
it's like along with like how I'll bleach my hair
was like
mustache, which that's still on the table. If we get to like. We're gonna need to set the goals, but tell people to follow on Instagram because I will go full Hulk Hogan if we go big on
brother.
I think that was Ryan from Dallas. Her phone cracked out, but it sounded like
Ryan from Dallas.
And she was I don't know, she's got beef with the chainsaw.
But I think Ryan hold up before we go on. I think that you don't need to worry because as we saw, the tree kangaroos are really cool and they look like they would fit in well and they have the same vibe as Hard Factor. So I think we replaced all of the things we would pick with just us as tree kangaroos.
There you go.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
I mean, done.
From PA. So I want to thank you for the Fatathon. I am as late as I've been the past like year and a half.
Nice.
After I moved out by myself, ate a lot of frozen pizza and beer, got really fat, but have lost like 30 pounds now since Valentine's Day.
Tony.
So thank you for that. But when is the next trivia? I apologize if you guys do announce it. I'm recording this on the 15th, I believe, of April, Saturday, potentially. I know all the days kind of fucking run together now. But looking forward to that. Have a great fucking weekend, boys. Love ya.
No, you're right, Tony. Good reminder.
Yeah, we gotta text our boy
Mike Wade. Mike Wade, Trivia Master. It will be soon.
Mike
We do
who?
need to do a new one. Mike Wade.
Mike Wade.
I saw
We'll get
such
it
a
done
good
soon.
video the other day of a guy being like, welcome back to listening to Mike Jones songs until he says his name. Let's take it.
And it's so quick.
2005
Mike
hit
Jones.
Flossin. Made it 2
Yeah,
seconds.
dude.
It was great.
Mike Jones is the best. I was also like, dude, Houston.
Grain Griffin.
It was underrated era, man, back then. The Houston
Oh, dude, can I tell you guys something that I found out?
Millionaire.
Yeah.
So I thought that Mike Jones, I've been saying this since I found out about Mike Jones when we were at LSU. I thought Mike Jones was the first guy to put his phone number in a song.
Yeah.
I thought it was so fucking
No,
genius.
the first guy was
it's UGK.
Was Jenny? I got your number 8675.
But that's someone else's number.
Jenny was the
That's
first person to
Jenny's
put her phone
number.
number in.
Yeah, but Jenny did. That was against Jenny's will.
I had our area code and then 8675309 as my phone number, like as a prank for a while. Like my voicemail, I would be like, my voicemail is full. Please call 8675309, and I got something.
Jenny's number definitely made the most money. Yeah, respect.
They had to disconnect it like nationwide because of that song.
It was
Like,
fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one
it
talks
was.
about that.
People
he
made a
ruined
lot
the
of
phone
money
number.
off of her number. Yeah.
Jenny needs an advocate.
Yeah.
No, phone numbers need advocates because how can you sue? They don't have any rights. You can just
You can
use that
sue.
thing.
That's why you see the 555 area code in movies.
Tommy
You can
Two
sue.
Tone, baby. He sang that. And
Yeah,
that's like
but
the
he didn't use
ultimate-
an area code, so it's probably
didn't.
like you can't.
You could
sue on
figure it
that?
out. It would have been 310 probably or 818.
He literally did the thing that you write on the bathroom stall because he goes, for a good time, call
Yeah,
us."
call that, dude.
It's fine.
Got her.
Yeah.
We got her.
Saying if you want your dick sucked, check out
Yeah.
Jenny.
He did a truck stop on Jenny, but it was like to everyone instead of people just going to the
Except it
truck
was a
stop.
smash hit.
It's
A global
disrespectful.
success.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful.
Oh man, I bet she sucked a mean one though. All right, next one.
Good morning, you orchid dick motherfuckers. This is Josh from North Carolina. Happy Friday. Couple things to the fella that continues to shit on his own taint. Go seek professional advice. Do not call into this podcast and ask for advice. As someone that utilizes a squatty potty on a constant basis, brother, I can tell you, I ain't shitting on my taint. So, go get it checked out. Okay. Also,
up for
Pat,
squatty
congratulations on
Thank you.
the new baby. However, I do gotta make a jab at you in the fact that we all know, brother, you ain't turning off that grunt feature when it comes to watching your favorite movie.
No, no.
Cuties.
Have a great fucking weekend, boys.
No grunts and cuties. No grunts and cuties. Ain't no grunts
No.
and cuties.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
Josh,
The,
North Carolina.
I gotta ask this. I didn't listen to part of my take. Did PFT go and tell a story that he was mildly involved in? Gavin says, please tell the JMU Volleyball sandpit story from your perspective.
Weren't you guys all there? Weren't Mark, you
yeah,
were there?
handgun got
We were
blown
all
out.
there, but
Yeah, we
two
were
of
all
us
there.
were deeply involved.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't there, but you
I was
guys
shoveling-
were actually.
I was
in the
shoveling sand.
pit.
I wasn't really in a
Yeah.
brawl. I was like, because we had numbers. I was shoveling
Our
sand.
buddy
and I
he
got-
told it on
there too
macros.
with you, right? Our
Yeah.
buddy was there with you, right?
Yeah, our buddy
C Money.
Our buddy
Yeah.
C Money and Pat were in
Yeah.
fisticuffs with a couple other people, and then I got involved and got the guy in a headlock that Colin had his
It
legs.
wasn't
I
the
was-
three of you.
I was
Yeah.
shoveling sand in his mouth, and then because we were kind of like beating him up, the one guy pulled out a handgun on us, and was like, "All right, I'm
We
going
got our
to shoot you
asses
if you don't
kicked.
stop." Yeah, well, after he pulled out the hand,
Well,
we
after he
kicked
pulled
us-
out the gun, then they
after
beat you
we all
guys up.
stopped, and then
They jumped
they sucker punched the guy who like was instigating it from our side, and we couldn't do
All right,
anything
we'll
about it.
tell
They
the
punched
story
him.
real quick. We'll
Yeah.
tell the
He's a
story real
late
quick.
night. He's a late night. He's a pistol. That one.
Well, the other guys across the hall from was it PF was it Eric's? Was it PFT's?
So it was
apartment?
mine and PFT's house.
And another one.
No, maybe it was. So weirdly, I lived in the same apartment
It was an
complex.
apartment,
and non-consensual years, so like it blends together. And they were both on the first floor.
I think other Mark B.
No. It was at Cheyenne and Collins.
Yeah,
at
his
my
place.
house.
Different place. Yeah, your place.
So we're Ashby Crossing, JMU. If you've ever been there, it used to be the shit. I haven't been there obviously in like 20 years, but it used to be the shit. My sister lived there.
In Harrisonburg.
My sister lived there in the 90s. I used to go to parties there when I was like 14. But Ashby was great because you could like literally walk wherever you wanted to go and walk into a party, and there was free beer
for sure.
But directly across the hall from us, through the breezeway, there was a fraternity. Nice guys lived there, and some girl, I guess, had gotten hit in the face. By some townies.
Not guess. She had
gotten hit in the face by some townies.
She had a black eye. Yeah.
So she was against the door, which is directly across from the party. It was our door. Someone opened the door. She like fell into our apartment.
She was crying,
and we were like, we were just. I don't even know what we were doing. We didn't.
We were drunk as fuck. But we were like, "What happened to you?
Like,
what happened to you, lady with the black eye that's crying across the hall?" And she was like, "The guy in there punched me in the face." And we're like,
"Yeah." So
well, that's a problem.
Everyone got out there and to see what was happening. And you know what the worst part is? We went across this. We weren't, like a frat obviously has more leverage in terms of fight power than our like group of 6 dudes.
It was 6 on 4. We had 6.
We went across the street. We're like, hey, dude.
But they wanted the smoke and they were beating up women.
Some girl got hit in the face who's at your party from a townie. And they were like, well, we don't care. So
they were like, fuck you. They called me fat and I was like 170 pounds. They're like, shut up, fat ass.
Okay, I didn't know that. Anyway,
I was like, what?
We went out and we went out to confront these guys, and the apartment that I lived in was on a hill. So like you walk out, there's a breezeway, 4 apartments. You walk to where like you're gonna get to the parking lot, steep hill with a cement walkway down, and that's where the brawl started. And everyone kind of picked a man. And we started engaging, and like we really are not fighters.
No.
So like that was the first time I ever squared up with someone.
Well,
and
we were worked up because the woman that got hit. Yeah.
The main dude on y'all's side is I wasn't there. I would normally be there, but the main dude who was on your side is of our group. Besides me, the only guy who would.
Well, he came late and tackled someone
in fisticuffs.
It was my roommates and Mark and some other person. Our friend Colin came late and speared someone, but it was like it was a great fight at first. Eric was there.
No one got hurt, but they were losing. So the one guy who was a military guy went to his car.
Hold on.
I think the spear.
Let me tell the story. Let me tell the story.
When he ran in and speared, that's when things changed.
Let me tell the story. We had a brawl. We started, and it was on a hill. It was not good. We started kicking their asses. Because we had more guys. They started. The fight was over. They started moving across the street. I had gotten my face punched in pretty good at this point, and they were moving across the street to a volleyball court. There's a community volleyball court in the parking lot.
And
I started walking after them, talking shit.
The fight was in the volleyball court because I was shoveling sand in a guy's mouth.
That's what I'm saying. Let me tell the story.
Right.
So we're walking across the street. Everyone starts going back in, and I didn't think that it was over. I thought the guys were still behind me. So I started talking shit, and that's when it got to the volleyball court.
Right.
Thank God someone turned around and saw, because at one point we were severely outnumbered, and that's when our other buddy came in. So we overwhelmed these guys at that point. Like, we got our asses kicked a little bit, fully overwhelmed them. Mark was telling some guy to eat sand, bitch.
Yeah, yep.
And then a guy pulls up to the closest parking spot to the volleyball court and pulls his gun out.
Yeah, he went to his car and he told us, he's like, hey, I went to the car because we were losing. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like watching my friends get their ass beat, so I got a handgun, and it's going to stop now. If you touch one of my friends again, I'm going to shoot you guys. And we're like, fair enough. He explained it very clearly. He explained it very clearly. We're like, thanks for giving us a chance to not get shot. Well,
thanks for being so chill about pulling out a gun in a fight. Dickhead.
It was about as chill as you could, but at what happened because of that is the guy who got one of the guys who got beat up went to the guy who on our side that instigated it. And punched him in the face, and there was like nothing we could do about it. He punched him straight in the face and was like, "Take that!" And we're like, "Yeah, I guess we will." And we left. Yeah,
that's all you could do. Hey, that was a rough night, but hey, Eric Donahue, thank you. Bought us all around.
Sure that my parents. My parents won't text me about
a great fucking
tomorrow.
Weekend.
Oh, it's over.
You got a handgun on you?
Mark, you sound like a badass, dude. You were making guy eat sand, bitch.
Well, we had numbers, and he was on the. Yeah, I mean.
We were at the volleyball court.
I was trying to mock him.
There was sand.
I did go to Tech, Gavin, but it's an hour and a half from JMU, and I had a car, so I could go visit Eric and Pat and whoever else, our buddy Collins in Georgetown. It's like, yeah, most weekends I party at Tech, but sometimes I go to Radford. I got arrested at Radford, Virginia Tech, and JMU. Pulled the triple.
Yeah. We'll have to listen to microdosing and hear PFT tell the story. I don't remember a lot of it.
He tends to take some things that we've done and say that he's done them sometimes. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll
He's
see.
just like he refers to all of his childhood experiences as him
collective,
but we're all a collective him.
Which is
so
fair.
When he does the childhood stories, it could be any of us or other people from Herndon.
All right, there you go. It was an interesting one. Next up.
Good morning, guys. Happy 420. I was listening to the Thursday episode, and two things. Crazy to think that flightless birds developed because of a lack of snakes, which there are giant flightless birds like a cassowary and an ostrich, and that makes me wonder if that's a very similar thing. Those are big ass fucking birds. Anyways, that gentleman whose dog bit his toe and then he ended up having life-saving artery surgery.
Yeah.
Same thing just happened to my dad, pretty much. He went in for an angiogram because he had been having heartburn and acid reflux, and they said, well, it could be your heart, but it's most likely just your stomach and your esophagus. And so he goes in last Friday for an angiogram. That's where they put a camera up into your wrist, and if they see something, they can put a stent, maybe two. They come out, and they say, hey, man, your widowmaker was blocked 99%, which is, I believe, your left front ventricle or your left atrium. I'm not sure, but it's where the heart has the deoxygenated blood travel in, let the heart take that blood, put oxygen into it, send it out. So a very critical place in your heart. He had emergency quadruple bypass surgery. And this is a guy that works out 6 days a week. He's very healthy. He's 65 years old. He's lost almost 70 pounds in like 6 years. And he takes very good care of himself. He thought he had acid reflux. Turns out he could have had a heart attack at any moment. So modern medicine can like really find some crazy stuff. So if you're out there, you got a little something, go get it checked out, guys. Have a great fucking day. Happy 420. Life is great. Love you guys.
Yes, we'll end it there. That's the last voicemail. Yeah,
that's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
I got some acid reflux, or do I? You know, you gotta get checked out. Yikes! But yeah, good for Alex. Alex
and speaking of dads and PFT, since the last two were about those subjects, we should talk a little bit about Dave, PFT's father. He passed away this week. I think it was unexpectedly in terms of like the timing and everything, and so we were close with him, obviously growing up with their family, and he was an amazing guy. Hated wearing shirts, loved frying turkeys, and
he was a food experimenter, which was really cool.
Yeah, big food experiment. Thoughtful guy, the most thoughtful listener I think I've ever met.
You know what he would do? He did this a number of times, which was really fucking cool. He was a deal hound. He was always hunting a deal.
Yeah,
if he would see a deal on like Chex Mix, for example, like you buy X amount of Chex Mix, you send the proof of purchase in, you'd get tickets to a Capitals game or a Wizards game. He would do that for us all the time, and he would do it for everyone. So like there were about 6 or 8 of us in a group that always hung out together, and he would make sure like, all right, we got to get enough for everyone to come, and then all the time he would take us to games. I think we told that story as well about how he backed us up at the movie theater. That was fantastic.
Recently. Yeah. He would get paid sometimes for the boxes of cereal because the coupons would compound.
Yeah, he'd get money back.
They'd pay him like 3 cents a box, and then he'd get us tickets to like the Capitals games and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was well known. Giant checkout. Right across.
But he was he was an athlete in college. He was I think PFT talked on Part of My Take about how supportive he was to his career in sports, which he really was, man. He was just generally supportive to all of us. Gave a lot of time to us as kids. Came to events.
He took us to so many like games and stuff. He drove us around a lot. So,
you want to pop the top for him for the rest of the show? Should we go topless?
Yeah, sure.
Pop the top for Dave. Yeah, of course. For David Sollenberger, I'd gladly do that. Dave hated the shirt. He hated the shirt.
He hated shirts so much, man. And like
he also he rolled with his own chair, which I see. You know,
because he had
been in a car accident, had some back.
Dave had a bad back, right? So he had to have his own foam pad that he would sit on. He'd bring his own seat, like you said, Pat.
But rolling with your own chair is such a clutch move, man. It's a move that I just so deeply respected, because wherever he was, he was in the most comfortable seat.
Yeah,
as comfortable as he could get with his back issue. But yeah, and then just all day no shirt. The guy,
never.
Shirts, man.
We'd show up to the house any hour of the day, no shirt.
Also, my favorite thing when you talk to Dave, if you had a long conversation with him, you're talking about some like insightful shit, some thoughtful shit. He sometimes would take long pauses and think while you have a conversation, and he would always just sort of scratch. You know how I kind of like stroke my mustache? He would scratch his chest hair just like while he thought about it, the response. It was funny.
He was smart. His wife's smart, and they have two smart kids.
He was a puzzle man. He loved puzzles. He
did like the Sudokus every year for Christmas.
He said puzzles all the time.
My wife was just talking about how he would make the puzzles for her.
Yeah.
He was also
me too, but I suck at him, so he knew that I was.
He was just a different guy in the best way. Like he was just he was a non-conventional dude. He didn't subscribe to convention. I think that in a lot of ways, like for example, PFT's brother was really talented as a guitar player growing up, very talented, and he's also brilliantly smart. And in I think the 8th grade, they let him just take off in homeschool so he could go after and hone his skill as a guitar player. Things like that. They were really cool. And I remember when we were in Charlottesville. So at the end of college, PFT and I got an opportunity to sell some false identification cards. The statute of limitation has passed on this.
Okay.
But
good.
we were selling great fake IDs.
It's like right after 9/11.
Yeah, well, that's why they were
bad time to do it. Yeah.
So a buddy of ours came and he's like, I got fantastic fake IDs, and I was like, well, everyone's going to ask if they scan. Everyone's going to ask if they scan. They're like, well, they don't. I said, okay, well, let me take the week off college. I'm going to drop out anyway. I didn't know at that point I was going to drop out. So I took my week off classes, and I spent the week trying to figure out how to make licenses scan, and I got it. So we combined that with these great looking fake IDs, and we were in fucking business. And the deal was, the makers would come by one weekend. We would set up buyers. I think we would get half of the money, like so $50 on a $100 ID or something like that. And we ended up distributing like, I don't know, man, like 75 IDs, like a lot. And it was great. So anyway, we that's the end of it. That's the end. PFT sold one to an acquaintance of his that got caught and snitched. And this is after college. So we're living in a house in Charlottesville, Virginia, and
FBI.
The FBI called PFT's dad, and he backed us up. He backed us up. He did exactly what
he's like. Who's Eric?
I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know where they are. And he
covered for us. I haven't talked to my son in years.
And that was the coolest thing ever, man. That was the coolest thing ever, dude.
The dad in True Romance, when Christopher Walken comes to kill him, I was looking for Christian Slater. Yeah,
his dad knew. His dad essentially said, "Fuck you." Like, that's my boy. You're like, get out of here, man.
Oh yeah.
It was two agents showed up at the house. They showed up at their house. One from the DMV, one from I forget, man. One of the other agencies. It wasn't FBI, but it was they were federal agents.
Dave loved his family, loved his community. Would never, ever.
I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, man. Yeah. That was so cool.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Gonna miss that man.
And our thoughts are with the family that we're friends with. So
great dude. Yeah, and hopefully they're doing okay. I know they're dealing with a lot. So bit hectic week.
Indeed. All right. Do you guys want to end it there? Do you want to do a couple listener submitted things I have here?
Yeah, whatever you got. Whatever you got for close it out, Mark.
Let's move on to some social media comments on our Instagram. Our Instagram main page has been getting a lot of traction. We're on the road to 100,000 followers, and that's really where we can start swinging it around, so to speak, with the advertisers saying, "Hey, look at this! You know,
Take a look at that. There.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on the table. I'm gonna leave this here on the table, and if you want to feed it some money, maybe it won't bite." You know what I mean?
You get it up to 150. 200. I don't know what the number's at, but you might be seeing a bleached mustache.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if you could please
careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I'll wear aviators every day if you get it to 150.
You're gonna hate it.
But yeah, I mean, so if you don't follow on Instagram at Hard Factor News and our personals, please do get your significant other to, get your burner accounts, which we know you have too as well, and let's get it going. But thank you for following us, the almost 100,000 that do. So let's talk about some Instagram things. And we got a couple pictures. Dungeon Forger sent in an awesome comment on the Snitchbot video. Do you remember the Snitchbot, the New York?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did a clip down on the Snitchbot.
Things that'll be thrown under the tracks in the subway.
Yeah, we did a Snitchbot, and he commented on it. He was one of the commenters, and he said, "Oh wait, that's not it. Hang on, here it is." He said, "My brother-in-law saw one of these tipped over in the street, and the cameras were covered in shit." Funny part about it is that it was only the third day of its release in San Francisco, so I guess it's in a lot of the major cities. So we predicted it, and I don't know if he's trolling or not, but I believe him.
I need pics.
Yeah.
I need pics.
Yeah, you need evidence of that.
I'd like to believe it. I'd like to believe it at least.
Mark,
someone would have needed to Terry Tate that motherfucker to knock it over.
Yeah, it's true, because they have a strong base. It's being a robot and all. Mark, your cat just dusted your tower, so
I had to read over.
Tower.
I had to read over my cat. It was
walk between you and the camera.
Yeah, it was really hard to read that because my cat was in the way. Here's the Bud Light one. How do you think the Bud Light one went when Wes did it to camera about the Bud Light new commercial trying to redeem themselves and like become manly? Yeah, the comments were great, right? Some of them are never drinking it again. Nothing will change my mind.
All right, cool.
One person said, "Can we all just agree that Bud Light was bad prior to this whole rainbow thing?" Someone said,
"It's not that bad, is it?"
I like Bud Light, but
it's just the same as every other fucking.
It's the same as all light beer.
Right. Another one said, "My favorite part about this whole thing is the incels writing angry paragraphs in the comments. Pure comedy." Someone wrote, "Man pretending to be woman." And I can't read the over. I can't read it. It's too small. Piss and piss pretending to be beer. So man pretending to be woman and piss pretending to be beer. Nailed both. And then the last one is, how much did they pay you to post this Bud Light? Because it wasn't like he got Bud Light, but he wasn't like 1,000% anti Bud Light. And these are some of the tamer comments, because a lot of them were like mental disorder and a lot of stuff. Like if you want to have a good time, look at the 1,000 comments that this video brought up.
Mark, are you familiar with what aspect ratio means? How did you get the comments to look like that?
No,
he condenses.
I had to condense them on Photoshop.
Shit!
I did it.
You couldn't
hold shift.
Amy's photograph interrupted by anything, of course.
Yeah, I had to have her face and I had to have some of Wes's face. So that was the best I could do with being able to read it. Yeah. That was a Photoshop job. And then the last Instagram one would be the cows that I'm picking. Were the cows? There was the burning of the 20,000 cows in was it Texas, Missouri? I forget where it was.
Texas.
Texas, yes, Texas. So 2 comments. One is from Natalie K. Overick, who says, "We are covering this on our podcast," which I scribbled out, "tomorrow if you want actual information on it." What the fuck, Natalie? She's in our comments promoting her podcast. Maybe we should be doing that to other viral posts out there. Maybe that's a tactic we should be doing. Fuck you, Natalie.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't our content relatively accurate? There's not like a finite.
Well, you know what it is? If Natalie had said, "We're covering this on our podcast tomorrow," if you want a different perspective on it, that would have been more reasonable.
Natalie's
not
a cunt.
Actual information.
So that's where at Natalie.
Because hold on, because cunt-ass Natalie was taking this away from Will's social media take on it, which is not the same as how he covered on the show, you dumbass.
We also covered it for like 10 minutes on the show, you monster. And then it's all in one.
Hater.
I hate you, Natalie. All in one. Charles said it was Biden. He wants everyone to be weak. He wants everyone to be weak, so he's trying to force us to be vegan.
You think Biden bombed the 20,000 cows?
That's what he thinks. He said only the rich will be able to afford steaks, which I agree with him because I already can't afford steaks. So I'm with him at the end. But it was Biden.
Biden was the one guy trapped inside.
That's what he's saying.
That caused the machinery fire. It's possible. It could have been him or a deep state operative. You know,
right.
You never know.
But there's a
but
lot
I think it's like Mark said when we covered it. I'm looking for the latest information. It's basically that company is not really admitting to exactly what happened, but it blew up a machine that set a brush fire that killed 20,000 cows.
Well, apparently Natalie thinks she knows what happened.
Oh, does she? Because there's no more information at all.
Well, her page also has 116,000. She has 116,000 on Instagram, so we need to pass her. We need to get past her. We're right on her heels.
Everybody,
she's a monster.
Get us past Natalie, please. We need that.
Yeah, we need some help there. And
what is her? I want to know what her show is.
It was like some agriculture.
You can don't say it.
I don't know. Some I'm not. I don't even want to say her podcast. Yeah, don't.
I found it. It's a butt festival.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's sniffs
what a
farts.
Weird name.
Yeah.
Queef Town.
Sphincter lock.
But yeah, we have a lot of funny comments and interesting comments on Instagram. So if you're ever bored, check them out and then follow with your burner account or whatever you got going on there.
There you go.
And then we're gonna end the show with one video today. I don't know if I loaded it yet. Hang on. Let me see if I even have it.
Dude, fucking Charlie Kirk is such a nerd. He just retweeted that Fetterman 420 flag thing.
What is he mad about that about?
He just don't take substance abuse from someone who was recently hospitalized. You fucking nerd. This is fucking weed, you nerd.
He doesn't like weed. All right, last one since it is Florida, or it is Friday. It is Friday, so we're going to do a Florida Man Friday video that was sent in by Duncan, I think. I might have gotten that wrong. I'm sorry. You know who you are who sent this in our DMs. Check out Florida Man Fridays on patreon.com/hardfactor, or you can subscribe on YouTube or Spotify. But that's for the full episodes. But let's end the week with the Florida Man clip.
At all. This store sells some good liquor. And I drank a lot of it that night.
The viral video shows Robbie Stratton running through a convenience store with an alligator in his hands. He takes the animal in the beer fridge as well.
I don't even remember coming up here.
We asked Stratton where the alligator came from.
No clue. No clue. I literally came to the store and he was in the back of the truck. They told me what I did was stupid and I'll be facing some charges here soon and probably go to jail, probably not. We'll see.
He says he regrets his decision and he's been in contact with the FWC.
There it is.
Okay. Well,
blacked out. I
Did
blacked
he
out.
go to jail?
Blacked out there for a while. I don't even know how old that video is. I don't think it's recent, but it's a good one. And it's Friday. So that's the show. Let's bring up the wheel.
Oh,
who's got
it? I gotta pull it up. Wheelmaster Wes isn't here to.
I don't even remember that.
Good.
No, my son took my AirPods. I only have one now. I just have AirPod because he hid one somewhere, and they ran out of battery.
Oh my god!
Well,
what's it?
Toddlers will do that to your
Murphy's Law for Pat today.
He put my fucking keys in his John Deere tractor like the other day.
Toddlers are headphone ninjas. They will.
And then he walked around with me looking for them. And he was like, "Where's your headphone?"
So
like,
Wes is off again next Thursday. So spin it for coffee again first, and then with everyone, and then
with
take
everybody for
take
coffee.
Wes
Then we'll take Wes off for the next one. All right. Who's the cup of coffee in the big time on the next episode?
Is gonna be me.
It's gonna be Wes.
Wesley.
Wes. The wheel loves to do that when somebody takes a day off. It really
It punishes you.
Takes notice. All right. Here we go. This is for High Five next week. Wes is off the wheel.
Pat's on the 5. That should be good. We'll get his computer fixed by then, right? With all the videos.
I'm just gonna have to go. I'm just gonna have to go. This computer from 2020. I'm gonna have to literally just throw away.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna have to go with my computer from 2022.
You're gonna have to do something to that computer because it.
Why aren't you
work.
using your computer for 2022 to begin with in here?
Yeah.
Because I have a setup in the other room, right? So I just kind of keep, and it's been fine. A dedicated computer from 2020 right here, taking care of business. I got two.
What's your setup in the other room?
It's my office setup, and then I got to unplug it, bring it over. It's a whole thing. Man.
You're using your worst computer for the show.
I mean, it hasn't been a problem since last week.
Okay.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm with you. I'm gonna have to get a new computer next year.
I mean, you're gonna have to get to the bottom of it because you got the Hive 5.
I'm gonna have to reinstall everything again, like I did already.
You're gonna have to deliver for the Hardo Hive.
That's
the level of service.
It's with a K, Yolanda, like your last name. Mark with a K, not with a C. It's on the screen. It's on the screen, you fucking moron. All right, that's gonna do it.
You're not a moron, Yolanda.
No, yes, sure he is. She also it was really into porn. I think Yolanda's like using. I think it's a dude using his lady's screen login. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Merc. Okay, Yolanda, get off your wife's Gmail, you weirdo. That's gonna do it for the show this week. We love you guys. Have a great fucking weekend. We'll talk to you early next week.
Bye.